Good evening. A new wave of African gang crime is sweeping through Melbourne suburbs, with a young mother and her 5-year-old son left cowering in fear after a knife was held to her throat. Victoria's police chief says a group of dangerous offenders is again roaming the streets after being allowed out of prison.
Defenceless and terrified, a mother and her child attacked in their own home.
Mrs. had a knife put to her throat.
Their ordeal began at 2 a.m. when 3 African men broke in as they slept. She ran and hid in the bathroom as her partner chased the armed men out of the house.
I think I scared them off before anything really bad happened.
5-year-old Kevin is in prep. Despite the ordeal he and his mother endured, he still wanted to go to school.
I'm okay.
Their neighbours woke up to find they'd also been targeted. The unit, shared by 5 friends, was ransacked while they slept. Their phones, wallets, car keys and a knife from the kitchen were stolen. It's the second time in a fortnight they've been robbed.
Whatever was recovered last time, that's all gone.
And while residents live in fear, the blame game is well and truly underway. A frustrated government laying the problem squarely with the police.
Every resource, every equipment, every change to legislation has been delivered to Victoria Police.
But police are blaming the courts for releasing a core group of re-offenders.
Certain kids get out of custody and they're back into offending. We've got a core group of offenders.
Victorians are sick and tired of this revolving door justice we see.
Residents are so scared of the gangs they're now considering moving out. The young men from India who came to Melbourne to work and study are now questioning whether it's even safe to stay in Australia.
We would be actually moving as soon as possible.
The knife used in the home invasion was found by police in a nearby park. The offenders are still on the run. Melina Saris, 7 News.
Good evening. A terrified mother and her young son have been threatened at knife point by African intruders. Victoria's top cop has revealed a core group of offenders released from custody could be behind a spate of home invasions and robberies. Stephanie Anderson reports.
Woken by the sound of screams, Ed ran downstairs in the middle of the night to find his fiancée and her 5-year-old son terrified by armed thugs.
Mrs. had a knife put to her throat.
The 3 males, described as being of African appearance, broke into the Albion home through a window before barging into a bedroom, forcing the frightened mother and son to hide in the bathroom.
I think I scared them off before anything really bad happened.
After stealing car keys and an iPad, the hooded thugs were seen fleeing over Anderson Road and into a park, where a knife was found by detectives. Ed's neighbours say they also woke to find their home had been ransacked, with keys, knives, wallets and watches stolen.
We have locked down everything. We have locked all the doors. We have locked all the windows.
It's the second time the group of friends has been targeted in 2 weeks.
Whatever we actually recovered from the last time robbery, they actually took all those things.
These are the latest in a string of incidents over the past 48 hours.
We get certain kids get out of custody and they're back into offending. We've got a core group of offenders that we have to work on all the time.
A community task force to tackle youth crime was set up last month. Its members will meet tonight.
I do believe it's a bit slow off the mark, but there is reasons as to why it is slow. Tonight there will be confirmations as to who will be the task force and who will be leading.
For the victims in this group of townhouses, the incidents overnight seem to be the final straw. They say they're now looking to pack up and move.
This left us, pretty rattled, and we would be actually moving as soon as possible.
Stephanie Anderson, 9 News.